Tennessee Titans, a 6-11 2023 that led to the end of the Mike Vrabel era. Time now for some Brian Callahan.
We need Nissan Stadium to be the most feared stadium that people walk into every Sunday.
Titans 2024 offseason line in the sky, a mere 6.5 wins. Taste of last season, hard to forget, I guess. Callahan charged with infusing life into a Titans offense that finished 27th in points per game, 28th in yards per game.
Levis from his own end zone is intercepted by Zach Sealer.
Will Levis, the QB he's working with. Rookie had his moments under tough circumstances.
Hey, we gonna get another shot here right quick.
84.2 rating, not bad all things considered.
They know it's coming. Who cares? Let's go.
8 touchdowns against 4 INTs and over 12 yards per completion.
Come on, man. Will Levis, man.
Levis has a really nice trio to work with at wide receiver. DeAndre Hopkins put up over 1,000 yards.
DeAndre Hopkins!
500 more than any other Tennessee receiver. He scored 7 times.
Trying to get it to Hopkins. Will Levis!
Titans did Levis a solid by signing Calvin Ridley away from Jacksonville. He went for over 1,000 yards with them in 2023.
Fires left corner of the end zone. That ball is going to be caught. Calvin Ridley.
And they added Tyler Boyd for the slot. He knows Callahan's offense well.
Boy, you moving right there. Look fast right there, boy.
They still have some hope for Treylon Burks that he can do a little something. He's been hurt both of his first 2 years. The first rounder needs to stay healthy if he's going to finally show up.
Looking for Burks. He's got him at the 20-yard line.
Tennessee likes what they have at tight end. Chigo Okonkwo, over 500 yards, over 50 catches in his year 2.
Henry, he's going to throw it. Man is wide open. Touchdown! Chig Okonkwo!
Lack of options at wideout led to running back Tyjae Spears being 3rd on the team in targets. He had some nice pass-catching games.
Getting into the nickel, here comes the blitz outside for Spears. Oh, he broke free!
Spears racked up almost 400 yards receiving, over 450 rushing yards in his first year in the NFL.
Spears knifing, spinning, turning, touchdown!
But he won't play second fiddle to the king anymore. Derrick Henry departs off an up-and-down year, but one that saw him put up over 1,100 yards.
Jacksonville suspecting Derrick Henry.
12 touchdowns, 4.2 a carry. He still made the Pro Bowl.
That is the king!
They replaced him with Tony Pollard, over 1,000 yards rushing for Dallas last year, 6 scores, 4 per run.
Puts his head down, threw a guy at the 5, bangs to the goal line.
Pollard also caught 50 balls for 300-plus receiving yards. He's been good for that much 3 years running.
What's that happening? You just ran the thing.
Titans O-line, those gents are working with, has lots of room for improvement. They gave up 64 sacks, tied for 28th.
Here's pressure. Barnett. Derek Barnett brings down the quarterback.
Center Aaron Brewer, left tackle Andre Dillard's services were not retained. Neither guy fared well for them.
3rd sack. Grabbed him by the shoulders and spun him down.
Added center Lloyd Cushenberry, previously with Denver. He had a good 2023, and they drafted J.C. Latham in the first round of the draft.
The Tennessee Titans, this was a glaring need for them. Latham is a mammoth human being. Played at right tackle there. He's also played inside at guard. I believe he'll be a left tackle in the NFL, Charles.
Rest of their guys are returning Titans who have to play better to give the offense a chance.
And it's another sack for this Houston Texans defense.
Turning the page to the Titans defense, it was a middle-of-the-pack unit in points per game and yards per game. It could have been worse, though. They were at least number 1 in the red zone. Titans defense also excelled at stopping the run, 3.8 yards per carry allowed.
Y'all scared? What y'all scared for?
4 new faces being infused into the starting lineup. They won't have Azeez Al-Shire anymore. He had over 160 takedowns last year.
Swarm. This is going to be a 4th and short here.
They filled his role with former Charger Kenneth Murray, who comes over off a 100-plus tackle, 3-sack campaign.
Stop behind the line of scrimmage. Kenneth Murray.
His partner would have gone for triple digits too, but Jack Gibbons missed some games. He still ended up with 95 in his second year.
Under duress and he's sacked for the 3rd time. Jack Gibbons, second-year man out of Minnesota, got there.
Stopping the pass last year was not a Titans' strength. Tied for 27th in rating allowed, no team had fewer INTs, and they were 30th in completion percentage allowed.
Minshew who throws it downfield for Kylan Granson. Little double flea flicker reversed.
Pass rush didn't produce a lot of QB hits. They were middle of the pack in sacks, and they lost their sack leader. Defensive tackle Danico Autry took down 11.5 QBs. He led the team.
Down he goes, Danico Autry with his
7th of the season.
Outside linebacker Harold Landry bounced back from injury to rack 10.5, and he had 70 tackles. That's a solid number for a dude focused on the signal caller.
He'll be brought down in Tennessee.
They brought in another former Charger, Sebastian Joseph Day, to fill his void.
Finally, Sebastian Joseph Day got to him.
He's never had more than 3 sacks in a season, though. Defensive tackle Jeffrey Simmons only got in 12 games, so he only managed 5.5. Defensive end Arden Key chipped in with 5 at least.
Arden Key off the edge. That ball popped out.
Defensive end Arden Key chipped in with 6 at least.
Arden Key off the edge. That ball popped out. Key was the first one there again. Man, he's a game wrecker.
Tavondre Sweat should get a chance to start at nose tackle for them right out of the gate. He was their second rounder this year.
Yeah, this is a mammoth human being. You see the weight there, 366 pounds. This is someone who can really clog the run lanes with his big frame.
The lack of consistent pressure made things tough on most of their DBs. Safeties Amani Hooker and Elijah Molden both gave up ratings over 105.
Caught Calvin Ridley.
Cornerbacks Christian Fulton, 12 games played, rate allowed almost 120, so he's not coming back. And cornerback Trey Avery gave up 6 touchdowns and a rating over 140.
Does he keep it in? He does!
Avery should see less snaps, being Tennessee picked up 2 new cornerbacks. L'Jarius Sneed, who they ponied up for to snag from Kansas City, where he's been a top shelf corner for the last few years.
Church gets rid of it. Picked off by Sneed.
And they got Chidobe Awuzie, former Bengal. He comes over off a so-so year, but has a few fine showings on his resume.
Awuzie had the coverage in the end zone.
The 2 newcomers will pair with Roger McCreary. He held quarterbacks to an 80.3 rating, faced the most targets, an interception, no touchdowns allowed.
Picked off! Roger McCreary on the interception.
Not many teams have punters worth mentioning. Not many have a stoner punting for them. Ryan Stonehouse led the league in yards per punt at 53.1. Dude has a boomstick.
And that's the leg that Ryan Stonehouse, the #1 punter in the NFL, has. 71-yarder.
Kicking duties were held down by Nick Folk. Needs to bounce back. He missed 1 field goal last year on 30 tries. Come on, bro. How are they supposed to count on you like that?
Yes! Yes!
Tennessee's roster looks improved when you absorb it all at once. Levis is surrounded by good to star playmaker types. Pollard for Henry, look, it's a downgrade, but it's not really that simple. But there's respect in play here, okay? Upgrades at 2 receiver slots, though. Ridley and Boyd are great adds for Will.i.am. The O-line also received an infusion. Latham should improve the left tackle spot. Cushenberry also represents green in this case at the center position. Over to the defensive side, the front 3, Joseph Day just isn't as good as Autry is, but Sweat seems like an upgrade over Pico. At inside linebacker, Alshire and Murray both tackle monster types, so a push, though Murray does have some shoes to fill. Backside, Sneed and Awuzie should improve their pass defense significantly. McCreary wasn't a problem, so their corner trio should be pretty good. They hope their safeties play the pass better as a result. So with so many upgrades, what's the deal with their 6.5 win total? The answer? Their schedule. Tennessee plays just 3 teams with over-unders of 6.5 or lower. That's one of the lowest totals of any team this season. New England, who they get at home. Minnesota, also a home game. Washington, who they get on the road. They'll find a way to get a couple interdivision wins too, but you can see it. They play a ton of teams with high expectations. 5 wins, then, is our floor based on a very bumpy road. If Levis makes the jump with the improved pass-catching group, let's give their roster a 9-win type status. Now they beat Chicago week 1. Find a way to take the Jets, get a win in LA versus the Chargers, and split with the Texans. 9-8 isn't a high ceiling, but it would be serious progress under the circumstances. Let's look inside the game preview guy guessing bag. I'm still not a fan of that schedule. More than 6.5 wins, but still under 500 at 7-10.